You know,
Yo, Jacoby Myers has got an arm though. He launched that.
He did. He did.
He launched that.
And Bill Belichick was talking about situational football. Why would you even run that play? It's hard for me to ever question Bill Belichick. He's the greatest coach of all time. But why would you even run that play when the game is tied? Just go into overtime.
Well, I don't think that he ran the play where Jacoby Myers literally just launches it like 40 yards behind him.
No.
I think the pitch from Ramondre Stevenson to Jacoby Myers, I think that was probably planned, but just absolutely, literally, he threw it like 40 yards.
He did.
he
across his body, launched it
behind him.
like a punt, and he threw it to Mac Jones,
who got bulldozed.
Who probably would struggle right now to beat me in a 40. And that's not saying much. And what's he going to do with it? What's Mac? Really? What? Like he Michael Vick or something? What'd you even throw?
What was he going to do?
What was you thinking?
Just sit down.
Yeah. Oh, but that was awesome. That was the play. Big Chandler Jones gets it, and then just
sit down.
Just debows Mac Jones down there and just trucks it right into the end zone.
I just don't know, like Jacoby Myers. And again, I don't want to make fun of him too much because I was telling Strick this. I could never sniff an NFL field, and if I did, I'd probably do something that stupid too. But, dude, that was probably the dumbest play I've ever seen in NFL history.
Well, you know what's funny?
I mean, what was that?
The two dumbest plays of all time. The first one I would say is the butt fumble, the Jets and the Patriots with Mark Sanchez.
I'll throw one in there, too.
Okay. But then the Raiders, Patriots, both of them had the Patriots. On one side, they ended up on the top end. That one they were on the bottom.
You know the other one with the Patriots when Chuck Pagano ran that play with the Colts where the punter went under the long snapper right under center, and there was 9 guys on the right side of the field, 4 defenders for the Patriots, snaps it and tries to dive forward, lost like 5.
Yeah, yep. And then nobody would
unlike their own 35.
And nobody took claim whether it was the punt was on or not.
No.
Talking about, we thought we had a look. What look were you looking at?
What could you possibly
what
look
did you
at?
see backed up in your end zone? And there's 9 guys right there. 9.
What were you gonna do?
Yeah, so
that's at the top of the list too.
But I'm telling you, man, from start to finish, it started out with the Thursday night game. 49ers pulled it out against Seattle. Seattle had plenty of chances.
What'd I tell you? I love how you're not even acknowledging my boy.
I'm not.
What'd I tell you? You guys sat here, Brock Purdy slandered my name. You said there's tape on him now.
No.
Brock Purdy's going to lead the 49ers to a Super Bowl. He's not going to win it. He'll lead them to a Super Bowl. They're the best team in the NFC.
I didn't say he was a
Eagles,
good
trash. Cowboys, trash. Vikings, trash. Just wait. You were slandering my boy, and he's going to take the 49ers to a Super Bowl. Just watch.
I love you.
No,
Nate.
that's what you guys are saying.
I'm gonna tell people out there. Every time I text Nate, I always say, "Man, I love you, man." You know what I'm saying? Because you feel so strongly about these dudes. I never said Brock Purdy wasn't good. What I said was they're gonna have tape on him, so the success will not be week to week to week.
And he said, "Take that."
He did.
Yes,
I'm giving you props. He came in and represented. He was 17 of 26, 2 TDs. He only got sacked once. And some of his best plays were ones where he didn't try to chance it, threw it out of bounds.
Right.
He spread the ball around. He had 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 guys that had catches. So he's pretty efficient there. So I'm going to give you that. But again, NFL week started off with that. Then it started to the Saturday games. Right. The Browns, the Ravens. That was kind of.
Who cares?
The
Ravens aren't a very good football team. The Browns aren't a very good football team.
They don't have Lamar Jackson. It wasn't very good, right? Only good thing that came out of there was J.K. Dobbins looks like he's healthy at 13 carries for like 130 yards.
Yeah, he did look good.
But then it was the Vikings and the Colts. The Colts were beating the Vikings so bad. I was like, I'm going to take me a quick nap before a basketball game. I'm going to take me a quick nap. Because the games, I was thinking, there's no way that even when it was 36-14, no way that they're coming back. 36-14. They are down by 3 scores in an NFL game. 3.
Kirk Thuggins, that's what they're calling him now.
And then Minnesota says, you know what? We are here.
What? You got to give me
22-0 in the fourth quarter. Are you kidding me? Dalvin Cook takes a screen against one of the league's fastest, and the Colts D-line was dominating.
I know they were.
They had like 8 sacks.
I know they were.
They were just annihilating Minnesota. I was like, you know what? Kirk Cousins, they're going to cut Kirk Cousins because when they're down, because they're horrible. You know, Jefferson was mad. Thielen was mad. And then the next thing you know,
throwing helmets and stuff.
Tie the game up and then go into overtime. So, yeah, well, you know what? You know the embarrassment that we get? You let us tie it. Go ahead and just take this with a field goal to the crib.
But you got to give me credit for that one, too, because you texted me during that game when the Colts were up 33-0. You can look at the timestamp. I said to you, the Colts will blow this.
And I was like, no way.
The Colts will blow this. I told you the Colts will blow this, and they did.
And I felt like you were only saying it because you didn't want it to happen.
I knew it was inevitable.
Is it Matt Ryan?
No, it's I legitimately think there's some form of chess being played in the Colts organization. Hear me out, and I got to explain this because I explained this to Strick too.
With their GM?
The Colts have beat the Chiefs this season, who are arguably the best team in the NFL. Okay, right. You want to say it's the Eagles? The Colts, with Jeff Saturday coaching his 11th game of all ever coaching at college or at pro. 11th day coaching an NFL football game. They lose by 1 to the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, you say it's the Vikings that are the best team in the NFL. They were up 33-0 and lost. This team is proving they can play with the best teams in the NFL. Mm-hmm. They're not far off, but on top of that, they're going to have a top 5 pick. They're going to take C.J. Stroud. This franchise will be fine. They're playing chess. I honestly think they might get investigated for tanking. So that's why they put like Shaq Leonard on IR so quick. He was on IR. Jonathan Taylor shut down for the season. You put in Sam Ehlinger for 2 games just to get your head coach fired. Right. Now you put in a guy that's literally never coached a day in his life.
And really,
and you have Nick Foles on your roster.
And took the job over a sandwich. He ordered.
Yeah, I know.
He ordered Italian sub when he was up there in the box and took a couple drinks of beer. And it's like, I bet you know what they said. He's like, I bet you we don't score here by the end of the third quarter. He's like, what do you want to bet? If he don't score, I'll be the coach. All right, bet.
Cool.
And he was headed to the airport. Say, hey, you know that bet? I'm serious. You want to be the coach? Yeah, why not?
Sure.
I don't.
They've competed with the best teams in the NFL.
I would say
the best teams in the NFL.
It wouldn't surprise me. I'm just talking about being in that locker room. I mean, you're talking about guys. I mean, they had 7 sacks in a game. In the first half, it looked like. I mean, when you look at it, the Deo Quiddy Pay, he had one.
He's gonna be pretty good.
DeForest Buckner literally looked like the one-man gang out there. Did they just go
you see his jersey? It was like black after the game. That dude was all over the place.
Is it like, all right, let's just take, you guys have dominated. Just take did you say stop destroying these guys?
Well, that's the thing is I feel kind of bad for Matt Ryan in this situation because I was talking to Strick about this. I know that it's funny to make fun of Matt Ryan. Oh, he blew a 28-3 lead. Oh, he blew a 33-0. I mean, you're telling me that you hold a team to 0 points and a half and you give up 39 in the second half.
All right.
How is that Matt Ryan's fault?
That D coordinator. And you had a punt block for a touchdown. Oh, JoJo Doman got to the crib.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He looked good too. He looked fast.
And you know what? And then, that game was crazy. But then it was the game of the weekend.
The game of the weekend. I'm so mad it wasn't a blizzard. I love blizzard games.
That's why the game was close.
You think?
Orchard Park, cold, nasty. Did you see the Buffalo Bills Mafia? The one dude out there had his shirt off.
I saw that. I was like, what are you doing?
Right.
He called into work. He's sick.
Straight pneumonia.
No chance he's
and
not
going to say, I don't know why I got sick, right? Bills Mafia was in full effect.
His boss is probably watching.
And I give it, the Dolphins were game. They were. They scored 13 points in the third quarter, but held Buffalo to nothing. They were running the ball at will. And then Jalen Waddle got off. He kept going deep. Of course, Tyreek Hill. But then, you know what? Buffalo, Sean McDermott said, Mama, there goes that man. Mm-hmm. And you know who that man is? Mm-hmm. Josh Allen.
That's your
Cyborg. Straight unstoppable. And what did he do, Jake? I know Jake's in there listening. He trying to give me
he's listening.
Yeah, he had moral victories talking about you're close. Nuh-uh. You're only as good as your last game, Jake. You guys lost 3 in a row. You guys suck.
They might miss the playoffs.
They're missing the playoffs because A.A. Ron is going to go down there and put all their heads to bed. Then it's over.
To Christian Watson.
Yes.
Anyone but Christian Watson.
Then Sunday, the Chiefs roll down to H-Town on alumni weekend.
That's your squad.
Yeah. Houston said, you know what? We're going to represent. We got our old heads out there. I wasn't able to attend. Got our old heads out there. You just ain't going to just bowl us over. We go into overtime, and then guess what Houston did? Trick it off. trick it off just like Houston. Took them to the 13th hour or to the final 23rd hour.
Harrison Butker, he's about to get cut.
Whew, he had to slice the Ronies, the San Francisco treat.
Missed an extra point and then missed a field goal to end the game.
And then the Chicago Bears threatened the Eagles, and they kept hitting Jalen Hurts. He might be out this week.
I saw that.
Yeah. So then you had the Saints and the Falcons. Man. You know, the Falcons have kind of thrown in the towel. They had Marcus Mariota. Then they had Dylan Ritter that he started a rookie. You know, he was just, I mean, the Saints defense is one of the best in the league. They were just feasting on that young man. So here's also one
Drake
of the best.
London's going to be pretty good.
Here's one of the best games. He is already good. And with
good.
Pitts, they got a pretty good offense down there in Atlanta. They're going to get a quarterback too. Now, the Jets against the Lions.
Texter just says, talk about a real team, Detroit Lions.
Hey, I'm going to tell you this. Detroit is for real.
You sure you want to claim them to be for real?
Pack your lunch if you come playing with them because they got something going. Jared Goff is balling. They got a lot of run. They got Swift. The defense has some tangible assets.
They look
and
right,
they are straight up biting kneecaps. But the best part about it was Mike effing White wanted to play with 3 broken ribs. And he went around to 10 different doctors. I mean, he must have been on like doctor.com saying, hey, I'll give you $5,000 to let me play. No doctor would say you could play. Right?
He's like hobbling with broken ribs. Send me out there.
The MILF hunter, Zach Wilson, gets a start. Right? And they're winning the game. They're winning the game. And then Detroit, guess what they did? Guess what play they ran against the Jets? One of the best defenses in the league. You know what the play is called?
I saw the whole defense was shifting to the left side of the field.
They run this play. It's like off tackle. And it's kind of flood this way. And it's called you know what screen. Because you know what happens? The guy like kind of falls down. Then he runs all the way wide open. And you know what usually happens? It's usually the linebacker. And I've been in this position. You literally say, oh, you know what? Because you're like, I ain't catching the dude.
He housed it. He house called it.
That's house call. Crib, walk off. We out of here. Dan Campbell, Detroit. We out of here. Zach, you know what I mean? And I hate that.
It was awesome. I
like it. I loved
it.
I like that Detroit won because Aaron Glenn, former teammate, his defense is starting to play good. He's a defensive coordinator at Detroit. But you know I love Rob Saleh because he always is taking receipts. And I think if
take receipts all you want. The Lions, and I'll say Ray just said this. Did I just hear what I thought I heard? I'm always coming at the Lions. I always apologize.
He's a hater
firsthand. No, Ray is a huge Lions fan.
No, you are.
I will admit when I'm wrong. I'm man enough to admit I was wrong about the Lions. This is not the same old Lions until it comes playoff time because I think they make the playoffs and I think they choke. But I will say, Ray, congratulations. The Lions are a playoff team. They look legit. I think you got something brewing until they draft a quarterback in the first round with their Rams pick. Then they'll be the same old Lions. Jared Goff is a baller. He is because they've surrounded him with weapons. They got a few.
They got the St. Browns and all them dudes.
Jamison Williams, first round draft pick. My boy James Mitchell, who fell in the draft, Virginia Tech Hokie alumni. Shout out to him. I tell you,
hey man, we gotta go to break.
I know he's good.
I swear, if anybody stepped in the presence of Blacksburg, Virginia, Nate Brennan knows him and he's giving them props. I wish I went to Virginia Tech then, man.
You should.
I mean, dang, my boy Keon Carpenter went there. One of my best friends, rest in peace, went there. The love that you got for them.
That's right.
I wish we had some super fans like that with Nebraska.
That's right.
Dang.